You like to shave, bro?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you?
You never shave.
No, I go to number 2. You know why? Because
Yes, I do.
I've
Because
told
when
you,
you were in the military, you had to shave every day, and you ain't having that.
not no more, man. I don't do straight razor anymore. Ever since I have not one, except my grandfather's funeral. It's one time I shaved my face clean.
It's nice sometimes.
It's
I'll
a
do it
clean
once or
shave,
twice.
like, all
I'll
together,
do it like once or
bald?
twice a year. Yeah. Total.
How we were talking to my brother about how rare it is that a woman likes a bald man down below.
Yeah.
That's strange. It's strange that
That is strange.
that why is it that men prefer a woman to be as they are as down below as they were as a child?
I don't.
Well, when they're bald, that's how they are as a child.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
That's not your deal.
If it's my choice, no.
It doesn't bother me. Like either way,
I'm okay with it.
I literally.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool,
It's
but
nice.
it doesn't like it's not what I'm looking at or what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same
look
time,
at it.
women
I
are
look at
not into men being as they were as boys.
That's what I've heard.
That is a strange, like,
Contradiction.
yeah, a really weird thing I've always wondered about, like why society, it like leans towards one way and not the other, but everybody's okay with it either way.
Yeah.
Like nobody complains about it. Nobody's like, hey man, what's up with all these dudes and they're like half bushes, and nobody's
I'm
like,
sure
hey man,
people-
what's up
I
with all
mean-
these bald vaginas? This is terrible.
Yeah. My people that I hang out with don't say that.
They don't say, hey, this
Hey,
bald
that-
vagina thing is terrible.
No. And I'm
I
okay
would-
with it.
Yeah, I don't say that personally, but at the same time, do I mind either way? No, it doesn't bother me either way. I'm there for the reason I'm there.
Yeah, if as long as their hygiene's good.
You know, that really does matter, and a lot of people, I think, ignore it,
Yeah.
and they don't believe in how much it matters, Jack,
That's wild.
how important it is.
Yeah. Well, so realistically, dicks are pretty gross.
I
So
would say I've never...
so take it from me. Dicks are gross, right?
Okay.
So if a girl's gonna like make the effort to explore that with her face, you should take care of it so that it's less
100%.
shitty.
I don't
You know what I
believe in like going out there just right after you work. You know, after you work or something. You have to take a shower. You have to be fresh for the woman.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when does it look like you're getting fresh for them, or when does it look like you're washing off someone else?
I mean, that depends on the status of your relationship. I think. I'll go home and take a shower right away, and there's no like.
Thought about.
What are you doing in the shower? No.
Yeah, no. Of course
I'd
not.
leave my cell phone on her lap and go take a shower. You know,
Right.
like
But would you leave a hot meal waiting for you?
no, that's disrespectful.
Okay, I have some experience.
That
with
means that the shower has intention behind it that is inappropriate, my opinion.
Oh, okay. That's revealing.
You think otherwise?
No, I've learned this the hard way. I've learned this the
Yeah.
hard way.
That's
know.
like no. If someone makes a meal for you, I would
Yeah.
say that you should.
And they're literally sitting there waiting for you when you get home from work. Imagine if you get home from work and your son and your ex-wife had a warm meal and was like, hey, babe, dinner's ready. Would you be like, hang on, I gotta take a shower?
No.
That happened to me like 40 times.
Yeah, that's.
We weren't married or anything, but that happened to me so many times that I was like, hey, this is starting to really like freak me out. At first it upset me that it was like, hey, you don't care that I've done this.
Yeah.
And then, which is kind of my selfish way of thinking, hey, you're not looking at what I did for you. And then it came to like, hang on, this is very weird.
That is very weird.
Like,
If they're
you
worried
were just in
about-
traffic.
Well, if
for
they're
an hour
like,
and a half.
if I got home from doing a construction job and they were ready, I'd be like, hey, listen, I'm dirty and I stink. I'd love to eat right now. Should I shower? Is it gonna make you guys uncomfortable because I'm pretty nasty? Should I
Yeah,
shower
can
first?
I shower like this?
And every time they'll be like, no, come eat. It's hot.
Would you think somebody that worked in an office and just had to be in traffic on the way home has to shower before they eat in order to like be able to eat?
Do I think that that's normal?
Yeah.
What do you mean, dude? Well, that's. Do you think it's okay to have sex with a 7-year-old?
I wouldn't compare the two, but
I would. They're both blatant disregard for like.
somebody's care, love, and respect.
Just society's standards.
Man, I
If I hold the door open for you, you're gonna go out of your way to go through a different door, or you're gonna see that I put an effort in to make life easier for you, and you're gonna go through the door and say thank you. Even if you don't say thank you, go
you
through
know
the door.
what the response was when I would bring it up?
Yeah, something to try and make you look like the bad guy, I'm sure.
Or just yell at me to where I don't want to bring it up anymore.
Yeah.
And it works so well.
Eventually, I'd be like,
Is that gaslighting? Is that what gaslighting is?
I'm sure that's
It's like
a
when
form.
somebody gets mad at you every time you bring up one of their actions that hurt your feelings,
Yeah.
so that you it trains your brain to not bring up hurt times you're hurt because you only know the reaction is going to be extremely negative.
In my opinion, that is a narcissist gaslighting you. Yeah. But so, in my pettiness, I would then just leave the ready plate of food in the shower before they got back. Me. You know what I mean?
Man, I should have taken some jack notes before I got into that.
That's
one.
what I would have.
And we knew each other then too. I could have taken some notes, buddy.
But I'm petty.
You know, that's not petty.
Because then they'd come at you and be like, "Why is this? I turned the shower on, all the food's on."
enough. It's
Well,
bad
that's
enough
where-
I'm getting yelled at for saying, "Hey, you didn't eat your hot food."
That's where you go when you first get home, and so I just assumed that maybe you'd eat it in there. Whatever is in the bathroom when you
Right.
first get home seems to be more important. So I just tried to make your life easier.
Like my first instinct was like, "Are you cheating on me?"
Yeah, of course that's your first instinct.
Initially, it was like,
Yeah.
"Why is the shower more important?"
What are you
than
afraid I'm
eating
going to
with
smell?
your family?
What are you afraid I'm going to smell?
Like more important than eating with your family?
Did you
It's
shit
like,
yourself?
Then was like, "It's my routine," and it's like, what?
Since when?
Yeah, like what do you mean your routine?
We've been together 4 years.
But
and it hasn't
you're
been-
right. You're right. It's your routine when there's no dinner.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
If we haven't gone to dinner yet, or we're going later, or it's been made and we ate because my son was hungry and he's younger.
Yeah.
He was much younger then. He was like between 3 and 7.
They snack here and there. They don't sit down and eat.
Oh, he would. He would have to.
At 3?
No, at like 4, 5, and 6,
Yeah.
and 7. Yeah, for sure.
My son will sit there with us, but like he'll eat a little. And I'll
Oh,
be
he
like, I'll
won't,
finish
he
it
won't
later.
really. Yeah, he won't really eat the food off his plate
He's just not. He has a hard time focusing. If I give him a little bit, I only give him a little bit.
at a time.
And then he's like, "Time for Oreos." I'm like, "No, no, no.
No, hold on. Hang on.
You ate 5
not
bites
Oreo
of food."
time yet.
No. But yeah, that
You had an apple slice and 2 fries.
Yeah,
It's not
don't-
Oreo
don't
time,
count.
bro.
yeah, that the relationship thing you're talking about. That's just you know what it is.
I
Now-
did. Yeah, no, I did in the moment too. Why was I so afraid? Why do you think I was so afraid to be like, no, that's not right? Like, I don't put my stamp on approval on what you're doing. I'm not going to co-sign this.
Why do I think?
Because I was like, yeah, why do you think that it was so easy for me to get into the flow of it's okay that this person is upset because I must have said something wrong, not their actions are wrong. I know they're wrong. It feels wrong to me. I should be able to say it.
I think it's. I think, into the simplest terms, I mean, it's you. The fear or the knowledge of how they're going to react, you, after it happens so many times, your brain is like, okay, it's just not worth.
It's not worth
It's just
even
not
bringing
worth
up.
it, man. I know it's wrong.
Right.
It's not. It's like.
I kept making those small concessions until I snapped.
Yeah. Well, everyone has a point, where a breaking point.
Yeah, where it's like, well, if the yelling just turns into like Charlie Brown's teacher, wah wah
Yeah.
wah 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 wah, and I've literally had those moments where it's just like, man, it doesn't get any worse. It doesn't like there's no the sex will never be good enough to make up for how shitty this is.
Yeah.
But then where was I failing? Here's a problem that I see with my evaluation of that relationship. We've had a talk before where you said I had to evaluate myself and where I failed in the marriage, even though you were the one that was wronged in the end.
Yeah.
Like outright, like dead stop.
Yeah, for sure.
You were wrong, dead stop.
Yeah.
I have tried to analyze where could I have made that relationship better. And I really have sought deep, and I've looked as deep as I could, and just thought, like, I couldn't have.
No, sometimes the only move you have that
Is to go.
is to bounce. Yeah. for the betterment of both of you, you know?
Right. And by the time you go, fuck your betterment. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
Because you've been so not okay with my betterment for so long, I'm okay with just walking away and not caring what you feel about it.
And typically, people that behave that way don't see anything wrong with their behavior, so they're likely not to change. And because of that, the only option you have is to leave. Or if you want to grow, if you want to be treated like with dignity and respect. If not, which a lot of people really don't care, as long as other things are worth it. A lot of women, well, I don't have to work, he pays for everything. Yeah, he sleeps with other chicks, but like he comes home to me.
It's okay, yeah. He's mine in the end.
And they might not even think it's okay, but they're like, the
I'll
trade-off
tolerate
is
it for now.
Yeah, the trade-off's enough.
Man, that is a low self-worth.
Yeah.
That was so. Do you believe that could have had something to do with what was going on? My value on my own self-worth.
Yeah.
I obviously wasn't holding it. There wasn't a standard because.
And I don't think your self-worth. I bet you had a high self-worth I bet you had a high view of yourself while you were in the military because you had something to stand behind and for.
And I was good at it. And
yeah.
And there were things, yeah.
But after that, I can't. Obviously, I wasn't living. I don't know because I'm not you, but I would assume that outside of when you were in the military, now, like today, currently is probably when you have the most self-worth and pride. I'm sure
today,
that
absolutely.
So and today it's not the easiest thing to let something like that go, even though today, that's what I'm saying. So if you have as much clarity and maturity and stuff today and it's still hard to let go, you're not in it constantly, but you're not completely broken from it, to think less than what you are, to have the wherewithal to be like, no, I'm not. You bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's to think that it would still be hard to do today, and you've come so far. To think that you were capable of doing that back then is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the way that I see things now and the way that I saw things then, I was so blind. Not blind, but I was just ignorant and okay with it. Like I'd rather it be easy than real.
Yeah, and comfort, I think, would have a lot to do with it.
That's what I mean. I'd rather it be easy than real. If it's not going to be real, then at least make it soft.
Yeah.
Make it not so harsh, So I'll do anything to minimize all the scorn that I'm not causing anyway.
Sometimes the sex is enough, man.
But then there would be...
Not to make it okay, but to at least make you stay.
Made me... Well, I associate love and sex. Sex and love.
Me too.
I associate the two.
Most people I don't think do.
I don't think so either.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not ever going to be used to like sex as a thing that needs to just happen and then I'm done. It's not something I just got to knock out.
Yeah, no.
I'm past that point in my life where it's like, because I don't see validation in it and I don't need it to survive. So I think the realization of that, like I don't have to have sex with a woman tomorrow or I'll feel different about myself. That's not a part of my life at all anymore. But there was a time where it was like, there's no women that are texting me. There's no women that are trying to, that I'm talking to. There's no women that I'm in a relationship with. I'm completely single and there's no prospects. Today is the first time in my life that that's the situation and I'm totally okay with it. Because
what is that really?
When somebody that's worth it comes around, they're gonna come around.
But what what is that really? Not being okay with that. Like, what is that really? It's just like ego.
Yeah, validation. I needed to feel. I didn't feel okay unless I was talking to a girl, like either being able to text as if there was a relationship prospect, and I was hurting people in the process, and then wondering why I was getting hurt.
That's what we do. We're people.
I'm texting multiple people trying to figure out which one's the better option. It's like, that's not polite. That's not very polite at all.
No, that's more like car shopping. It's
right,
okay to do it with cars.
I don't think you should shop with human beings.
They're not items.
Right, but I think more people go shopping than they do buying.
I think everyone.
They go more,
I think a lot of people purchase and continue to shop. You think I'm wrong? You think I'm wrong?
No, I think you're right.
You see everybody out there.
Think you're
Oh,
right.
hey, you shouldn't behave like that. Oh, do you go try on a new pair of shoes barefoot? Like, no, you wear sneakers there. I don't buy that. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
a super oversimplification of like. But
Right.
yeah, some people. Well, yeah, why do you think there's 4 burners on a stove? Like, there's all these things. Like, yeah, you're cooking your meal, but like you always got something on the back burner staying warm. Like,
No.
it's just a. I think it's a personal thing.
I think that's ego. I think that's because if this fails, I have to have a back. I don't have to have anything now.
Don't get me wrong. I've behaved like that too.
100% over and over and over.
And I
and
might
over and
again.
over and over.
I
Yeah.
could again.
Just right now,
But-
I'm not in a position to where I feel like that is the biggest thing. That's not the most important thing in my life. Isn't finding a relationship or being in a relationship or finding a girl to sleep with or being with a girl to sleep with.
I'm just saying I know it's wrong now. There was a time in my life
Yes.
where I thought that participating in that was okay because I knew other people were doing it. Like, I know murder's wrong, but in the right circumstance, I could kill someone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know it's wrong, I'll never do it. I'm not like, it's
Crazy.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying I understand that that's wrong. And because I try to live right as often as I can,
Mm-hmm.
I try not to do that. Like, I go out of my way not to behave that way. Is it possible for me to behave
As a
that way?
murderer,
Of course.
or as it's
All of it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, honestly, yeah. So, a 13-year-old girl could kidnap my son and have a knife at his throat. I would.
Pop.
Yeah. I don't care that you're a girl. I don't care that you're 13. I don't care that murder is wrong. My son's life is in danger.
Pop.
That situation. That's what I mean. Like, there's a situation. There's probably a situation where you could kill me. Like, there's a situation for everything.
Right. Of
You know what I
course,
mean?
Of course.
Like, for someone to say I would never cheat on somebody.
That's,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like, a vegetarian, I'll never eat meat.
That's like somebody that's clean saying I'll never use
Of
again.
course, it's crazy.
And it's like that's like the curse, right? As soon as
Yeah.
you say I'll never use again, as soon as somebody that's clean says I'll never use again, it's like, oh, you're on your way out.
Yeah. I mean, I won't get high today.
I don't have any plans to.
Is it possible? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I could find myself in a low point and then in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people.
Yeah. But I have no
It's-
intention.
Right. And I know that circumstances are temporary and places are choices.
Yeah.
So I choose to place myself in somebody's presence that's using.
As often as I can, I try not to do
I
that.
try not to do that,
Yeah.
right? So that's, we had a good talk with Joe about that yesterday. We were talking with Joe about that yesterday, excuse me. We were talking with our friend Joe, shout out Via Mana Creative.
Yeah, Vinmana Creative. Joey
Via Mana
Ventura.
Creative.
He's helping us with
Joe's killer, man. He is, that dude is killer. We love him being a part of this project
Yeah, he's a great
in
guy.
every way, shape, or form.
Great
Thank
kid.
God for him, yeah. But
He was talking about intentionally.
intentionally
Kinda
having to
leaving-
avoid people that
Yeah.
he feels it's wrong because he was in their shoes at once.
Yeah.
At one time, so he's like, is it wrong? And it's like, no, Joe, I think you're on the right fucking track, man.
Yeah.
I think you're on the completely right track in
Yeah.
every way.
Yeah. And because if those people really like and love Joe, they'll level up to get back in his presence. You know what I mean?
Right, and I'm glad that he has high standards because
Yeah.
obviously, if a man like that has high standards and he's involving me in his life, maybe he sees me on his level.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to get there, and that's a compliment that I take from a guy like that.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? A talented, smart guy like that.
Yeah. And there was a time where
Well, he was a scumbag and he sucked.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
there
there
no
was a
times
time
where I was a scumbag.
there was a
no,
time there were times where Joey didn't want me around.
because of what was going on.
Yeah. Because he knew, like, for what, dude? You're gonna
Using
come
my-
over and what?
yeah,
Ask me for
using
some
my
money?
bathroom, yeah,
Ask me for
using my
money?
bathroom
Yeah, like,
for 15 minutes.
for what?
Go die in my spare bedroom.
Yeah, it's just I mean, it was a small period of time. I've been hanging out with that kid forever, but it's like, and it's always fun.
Yeah,
He's one of
of course.
Usually trouble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like harmless fun. You know what I mean? Harmless
yeah, of
trouble.
Course. Yeah, you're gonna throw water balloons at somebody on the street.
Or
something.
bottles. Yeah.
Or
but,
bottles.
Yeah, but always fun, dude. Like we've never collectively like hurt people. You know what I mean? Like
I hope not, Chad.
but we've caused trouble. But like we've never been arrested together. Anything like I've never been arrested.
Yeah.
So
You've
thank God.
never been arrested?
No, thank God. Luckily.
Ever? Not even put in cuffs?
No.
Cuffs and let go?
No.
Never been like
I'll
turn
put
around.
you to an ambulance.
Never turn around.
No. No. I've never had handcuffs on me from a police officer.
I've asked cops to cuff me so that they don't feel unsafe. So they
I don't
take their
think a
hand off
cop
their
would feel
weapon.
unsafe around me.
See, that's the thing is, what if you've been doing jiu-jitsu and is like Muay Thai for like the last 30 years, and this cop has no idea, and you could snap Fooey his ass up.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing is the perception that people have, like the juxtaposition between the way that our look.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're both white kids. But
We look similar.
We look pretty similar, but
The
at same time,
accessories are different.
Yeah, I'm accessorized with many tattoos.
Yeah.
And it changes.
Hats and watches and
Yeah, I do wear. Yeah, you're right.
I
I'm
just
I
raw
am
dog life,
accessorized,
dude.
Yeah,
I just come as I am. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really do all the things. But that's an ego
raw
thing
dog
too.
life, and I come as I am.
Yeah, that's an ego thing. I don't want to wear a hat because then at some point I'm gonna have to take my hat off, and is my hair gonna look stupid? I don't want to wear sunglasses because then people can't see my blue eyes. Like it's an ego thing.
I was helping my friend move earlier, and I was like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always wear hats playing baseball and stuff.
Yeah, but we were moving stuff, and I was just like, I don't really want to wear my hair right now.
Yeah.
It takes time to put it on. And
I mean, I got no underwear on. I woke up like this, dude. I woke up and drove out to Venice. You know what I mean? I'm in flip flops and no undies.
Wait, you went to Venice from Riverside?
Yeah, and then came here.
This morning?
Yeah.
Good God, that's what?
I left at 9:20. I got
like an hour and a half to get to Venice.
Took 2 hours, and then it took me 58 minutes to get here.
Man, it's worth it though.
It's not bad when you don't have undies on, dude.
No.
It's pretty easy. It's not bad. But the
I
one
mean, it's worth it coming out and us doing this.
Yeah.
It's always worth it seeing you, man.
The 101 is not fun.
No, and it's one of the only ones that doesn't have a carpool lane.
It's just it's just not enjoyable. I strongly dislike it.
A carpool lane is, on a freeway in Los Angeles, or maybe mostly California, right? Do you guys have carpool lanes in Massachusetts?
We have a fast lane.
Fast lane,
It's similar.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, but you
fast
have
lane 2 or more.
You have to, yeah, but you also have to have like a transponder on your car. It's like the
fast
toll
pass
road.
in Orange,
Yeah,
in Orange County.
yeah,
like
the 246 and all that stuff.
Exactly,
yeah. We have stuff like that, but our highways are 3 lanes. Yours are
7 each side.
Yeah, it's wild.
7 each side. Where is it? It's somewhere on the 405. Where it's 7 on each. 14 lanes.
Yeah, and there's still stop traffic.
Dead stop. That's where it's stopped.
If Massachusetts had 14 lanes, everybody would be wherever they need to be in 10 minutes.
But it's also Massachusetts. I mean,
it's small.
That area. Well, is most of the populace concentrated around Boston? Or what is another really popular area in Massachusetts?
Like Boston?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Cape, maybe?
The Cape, but it's very small, and that's like, people with money.
Okay, so that's a different...
Worcester, Springfield, those are like populated, but they're...
Worcestershire?
Yeah, that place.
Yeah, Worcester.
Dude, did you know that...
Spelled Worcestershire.
Yeah. Do you know that Massachusetts state, landmass-wise, like the size of it...
Yeah.
...fits in San Bernardino County?
I was going to say, it's about the size of the Big Island of Hawaii,
Riverside
right?
County.
Yeah.
Riverside County. San Bernardino County is way bigger. Riverside County is the same size as Massachusetts.
So it'll fit on the Big Island of Hawaii, for sure.
I've never been. I don't know.
It's big enough to fit Massachusetts, I believe. It takes about an hour and a half to drive. If you were to drive from one end to the other, it takes 2 hours from point to point. From the furthest point to the furthest point might be 2.5 hours if it was a straight shot, the way the crow flies.
It's close, cause that.
Well, you guys got that Cape thing. You got little islands.
Yeah.
If we don't count that, if you were to go from like Boston to whatever's west of you guys,
all the way out North Adams. I mean, can it eventually?
What's the state next to you?
Connecticut. We touch a bunch of states.
How do I not know that?
We touch a bunch of states. We touch Maine, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. We touch a bunch.
Really?
It's like the old colonies out there, dude. Yeah, it's where like
What
history.
does Commonwealth mean?
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Why is it called a Commonwealth?
It's a good question.
Because we have counties, that's it. We have cities, counties, states, and I've never you guys have these things called commonwealths.
Yeah.
And
if I was more educated.
Boroughs.
Yeah.
What's a borough?
That's more like New York, like Brooklyn, and they have boroughs. But the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
Because the laws are different.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah, but laws are different in commonwealths. Like there's Commonwealth law,
I
And then
never
there's
messed
regular
with the law. I
belief.
never got in trouble.
Yeah, you know, I don't know enough about it to even talk about it. I was just hoping you knew.
I wish I knew too.
Idiot.
People from Massachusetts are probably like, who invited this guy on the show? Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Yo, Massachusetts, this is who represents you.
Yeah.
He's gorgeous, but
I'll take that.
you know, but you know what?
It's
You're
hot
not-
in here.
You're not a masshole.
No, I'm a nice guy. They're nice guys.
They are, but they're
Massachusetts-
just. What is it?
They're misunderstood.
You think so?
Yeah.
Most of the guys today, you have to get to know them before they were nice guys. Like
They need
like,
to know you.
They need to know. Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to know that you weren't like a goof or something like that, or like a like. I don't know. It was very strange. It was odd. The interactions that I had with people from Massachusetts, I know like maybe there's 3 or 4 of them that
It was different.
I really thought were cool.
You would like them a lot better if you went to the East Coast. You would like them a lot better. Them being out here, feeling like we gotta prove ourselves, or we got some, we got a chip on
We're
our
different
shoulder.
than everyone
Yeah,
else.
like everything's better back home. Like
Yeah, and
meeting them
everybody
out here
said
is
they were
different.
from Boston when there was like 2 people that
Yeah.
were actually from Boston.
yeah,
and
Tommy and Sean White.
Yeah,
We're like the only-
and then like Timmy was from.
I remember Timmy. I don't know where
He was from the one bunker, like the Bunker Hill, like wherever
where that community college is. Bunker Hill
no
Community College?
where that movie where all the bank robberies were.
Charlestown.
Charlestown.
That's where
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
is
yeah.
from. Tommy Fasano's from there too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
Tommy
like-
Fasano, yeah, that's
yeah.
what you know. So
That's
those
Boston,
guys-
Boston.
That's Boston. That's
Yeah.
proper Boston, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like Jamaica Plains, right?
Yeah, there's all sorts of places in there.
But that's real Boston.
yeah.
Most of the guys were from
Roxbury,
like Waltham.
I'm from yeah, they
we're,
were
like,
from
from
like
outside,
Stoughton, and,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and they were like
Some were from the
They're like,
Cape.
yo, from Southie kid, and I was
Yeah.
like, wait, so that, and everybody knew, like everybody knew, like
Yeah. I mean, it's easy.
Bobby was proper.
Crunch?
Yeah, crunchy. He still calls.
Is he alive?
He still calls. Yeah,
All
you
right.
can't kill Crunch, dude.
He looks like Adam Sandler, like a.
Bro, you cannot
like
kill
a,
the Crunch.
like a B-roll Adam
You
Sandler.
could not kill the Crunch if you wanted to, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That dude's unkillable.
He was always really nice to me. I have nothing bad to say about him. I have nothing bad to say about Chris Batham.
Yeah, he never raped me.
He saved my life, dude.
Yeah.
Gave me an opportunity for my life to be
At
saved.
the same time, I don't agree with the way that he conducted himself toward the end.
I'm
of
not
the-
saying
end of the
anything.
business.
I'm not.
You're not gonna get into that.
I'm not saying I agree with anything that he actually did. I'm just saying I got nothing bad. I personally have never seen him do anything wrong.
To
and
you or to like.
I never
you
witnessed
never
him.
watched him hurt
No,
somebody. Yeah.
no.
I
I
never
know
watched
he
him hurt
has.
somebody.
I know he
has
has.
too.
I don't watch you shower, but I know you shower.
Right, of course. Yeah.
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
smell bad from you.
Yeah, it's just
Not yet.
things are implied. Like I know that he wouldn't be in jail if he didn't do
If he
anything
wasn't
wrong.
a bad guy.
Yeah. That there are people in jail
That aren't bad guys. Yeah.
It's such a touchy
It's weird.
It's
weird.
But he saved my life, dude. I have no problem with that, man. Except when he stopped paying me for working there.
right,
That kind of
me
sucks,
too.
but-
that was terrible.
But
Especially
it's not
as a
like I was
kid
making a
and
bunch of
everything.
money. But yeah, I didn't have one yet.
You know, there were some guys that worked there that straight strong armed him that were just like, oh, you're gonna pay.
I'm sure they could have
Like,
strong armed him for more.
David H. They call him Smiley. Oh,
Yeah,
he drove that man to his house and said, no, it's okay. You go inside and grab my check. Oh, you have it in cash. Okay, I'll wait here.
Yeah.
Because he was like, follow me. He was like, no, you can ride with me in my truck.
Yeah.
And he told Chris Batham to get in the truck and drove him to his house and was like, give me my money, man.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you. And then that was the first time the check didn't clear. And then he just quit right on the spot. That was the last day he worked.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to risk the next check not
Some people,
bouncing.
yeah, some people are.
I went like 3 or 4 checks bouncing before I was like, hey, man.
Me too.
Yeah, and then he was like, we're firing 90% of everybody. You
I
10%
just-
are special.
It was just such a big operation. I just assumed it would be all right. You know.
Well, if people don't know what we're talking about a Googleable place. There's a guy named Christopher Batham. They nicknamed him the Rehab Mogul. He went to prison for it.
Community recovery.
Los Angeles, CRLA.
And Colorado.
Yeah, and CRCO.
It started in Colorado.
No,
didn't
it did not.
Oh, really?
It started in Cold Canyon.
Oh, I thought it
Off
started in
Mulholland,
Colorado.
Cold Canyon.
I didn't know that.
There was a little house there.
Summerhill burnt down, huh?
I don't know. Did it?
Do you
During
remember?
those fires? The Malibu fires?
I just heard. I saw a video. Kyle. There was this kid Kyle who was into like numerology. He was kind of a weird dude, but he was a nice kid.
Coastline?
No, he was a sweet kid. I
Oh,
like
okay.
Kyle Strand a lot.
Is he
No,
cool?
this other kid. He posted a video into the CRLA Facebook page.
Yeah.
A video of him up there, and everything was burnt down, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if they did it for insurance. Like, I don't know.
No, because he didn't own that place.
I don't know, but it was gone. which is sad. I've always wanted to, cause like
I know.
I'll
check the
drive
water
people
slide
by.
out. Yeah.
I'll drive people by Peralta and be like, I used to, that's right.
Yeah,
It's just cool.
Lechusa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never driven down. I haven't gone on West 27th to see West Adams.
Oh, I love West Side, man. My little brother lives right by there with his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she grew up there. Her mom and dad have a home right there, right down the street. Right, you know that liquor store is? Down
I
at the
don't
bottom of
remember
27?
much. I just remember looking across the street, people hoisting down drugs in a bag.
Drugs in a bucket, and then the bucket coming back up.
And I'm just in a
I'm in
a sober
rehab
house.
across the street,
Yeah.
and there's literally a guy selling buckets out of a rope and
But
bucket.
it was such an awesome,
selling drugs out of a rope and
such
bucket.
an awesome experience.
Man, I made,
West
other
Adams
than
is
how many
amazing.
people died in the end, like right now,
It's inevitable.
over
dude. It's just
over
part of-
half of the people we met there are dead.
More than that, dude.
Really?
What do you mean? Name how many were there? 300-400 people?
At least that we knew and interacted with, and actually, like, if you were there for 6 months, you interacted with like 400 or 500 people.
Name 25 that are still alive. You can't.
Or not in prison, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but it's just part of the deal, man.
Even people that worked there are dead. Like a lot of people that worked there are dead.
Yeah, the guy that was running Summer Hill when it ended over there before we went to Joshua Tree, I think his name was Kyle.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, he had like 7 years or something.
He passed away. He drank himself to death. He put the bottle to his head and pulled the trigger.
Whatever.
I didn't know that was a thing, dude.
However it happens, I mean, yeah, dude. It's just part of the deal. It's like if you fist fight for a living, you're gonna get some fucking black
You're
eyes.
gonna have a broken
dude.
nose, yeah.
It's
you're gonna have some.
I'm not
pop-ups
saying
on.
I love it. Like
Right.
I've lost people close to me, but like
I've
it's
lost
just
a lot of people, man.
if you race cars, you're gonna flip one.
Yeah.
You drive a motorcycle, you're gonna dump it.
You're at war, your bullets are gonna fly.
Yeah, and you or someone you love is gonna get hit.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hit people.
If
One or
you're
the
out
other.
there actively,
That's what I mean.
that's what you're doing for.
Well,
a
that's what I'm
living, yeah.
saying. If you're wearing active addiction,
Well, it's like 95% of people in the military never ever leave the base.
it's similar to addiction. Only 4% will
Make
get a
it,
year
yeah.
or more. Will get a year clean and stay clean. 4%. That's 4 people out of 100. That's bad.
And the rest just
Either stay in active addiction or die.
wow.
4%.
There's
dude.
a lot. You know what? I don't think that's true, man. Because there's a lot of people I've met that have kind of just.
I know a lot of people that have
gotten
and
past
they'll go to the
whatever
bar.
had
Yeah.
them in that
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, I know
Like
people
people that
who
were junkies for years
Yeah.
and then are like normal now.
Yeah.
You know, they're just
I know
like
people
they
like
just
that.
grew past that. I know. I don't think that's as normal as common.
I don't think it's common at all.
I don't think it's that common. No, it's very rare, but it is a thing.
Yeah.
It is a thing. There has to be a percentage of people that like, went to rehab, went to a 12-step program, achieved some time, and then walked away from all of those things.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I think I've learned about myself enough to not want to die
And they might
from
and they
drugs
and they
or
might
alcohol.
keep certain practices, whether it's meditating or reading some literature.
Correct.
They might not attend meetings.
They must.
They might not just step
I
up.
think
Yeah.
there must be an intervention of some sort to where their soul feels fulfilled, where
Yeah.
the drugs couldn't do it or weren't doing it before.
Yeah, I had to. So, like, getting clean was just like an invitation to figure out who I am and to fix the problem that I was trying to fix by using. Like,
Right.
stopping the drugs wasn't. I mean, it wasn't even half the battle, dude. That was just like, in order for me to deal with the shit that I'm using over, which was like, feeling like a victim, or maybe even being a victim, but like not letting it go, and like low self-esteem and all those things. Stopping the drugs just like allowed me to see those things and feel them and start to work on them. Just stopping the drugs didn't like make me a better person or anything. You know what I mean?
No.
But now that I've like, I don't want this to sound wrong, but like now that I've worked on those things and I've realized a lot and done a lot of work, do I think do I believe that if right now if I had a beer with you, one beer, do I think that before I went to sleep tonight I would have a needle in my arm? No.
I don't either.
Do I think I could have a beer today and maybe not drink for 6 months? Yes. Am I willing to find out? No.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Not today. Maybe
I'm not good
when
at
I
it.
get
Yeah, I'm not good at, you know what? All my evidence, all my research, all the research I've done, all the personal research I've done,
Yeah.
has shown me that I am not capable of maintaining any substance on a constant basis without it ending up to my substance of choice when it comes
Yes.
to escaping myself.
Yeah.
So say I smoke pot every day, and say it's just weed. It's like for a person like me, the way that I process my life, when I add a chemical to it, a chemical in like something that inhibits my processing, I'm taking a shortcut in some way, or I'm bored, so I'll smoke some buds so that I don't feel like I should be doing something, but in actuality I should probably be doing something or sleeping. You know what I mean?